What's up, YouTube? How we doing? This is TJ, and I'm back. And yes, I'm back with another Dante London video. I don't like making videos of this guy because he is a fraud, a fakester, a scammer. Biggest scammer on YouTube, Mr. Dante London, Mr. Get Rich Quick Scheme, Mr. I don't need a job, Mr. YouTube pays my bills. Mr. London, what have you fallen into? The fall from grace. Big-headedness, wrong decisions, bad with money, uneducated, not spiritual. This is what you get from a guy who could have had it all. I don't want to be YouTube famous. I don't want to aspire to be YouTube anything, honestly. My life is fine without YouTube. But for those who do want to put their life on a screen every day, this channel, this that we use on the internet, YouTube, it can draw the good and the bad out of people. And you got to be very, very careful with that, because you're chasing something monetary. So you're going to sacrifice things for that. That's what money is all about. It's about sacrifice. And Mr. London, you made so many bad decisions, bad steps, and it's costing you more than you hoped or you thought. And I know this whole Hannah thing was a scheme, because if you go back and if you follow this guy, and I used to follow this guy, like years ago. Like, I'm an OG Dante fan. Before all the videos I create or the videos I've been featured in, I was following this guy. And when he started making those YouTube is easy mode, and I knew this shit was fake. It was fake. It was fake. And I knew he sold his soul. He sold whatever little amount he had left of a soul, he sold it. And it bit him in the ass. He's deleting comments. All you see is great comments from him. He's cleaned up his channel from a lot of stuff that he's exposed himself on, and it's just not, it's not real. He's not doing good. He's falling off. He's spiraling, as Kendrick Lamar would say. Let's go back, man. Let's go back. Let's go back to when Dante first met Hannah, or first introduced Hannah to us, the viewers. I remember that video very fondly. I ain't got to play it because I remember it. There was a lot of things in that video. If you go back, I don't think you can't even find that video anymore. I think it'll flag you even if you try to repost it. But if you watch that video and you watched his interactions, and you know his mannerisms, and you know his eyes, and you know how he lies, you knew that he was using that girl, and you knew that Hannah was just for views. You knew that. You knew that. In that first video he introduced her, he knew that, because he kept mentioning, I like the way that she looks at me. I like the way that she's into me. I like the way she views me as the best thing since sliced bread. He wanted somebody to that liked him so much that they can oversee the demon that he really is. That's what he wanted, and he leeches off people like that, women like that. It's crazy. It's a history of doing that. It's a history of his job abandonments. That's abuse. You say you want someone, you move someone in, and then you start being financially unstable. That's abuse. You're an abusive loser, Dante. You're an abusive loser. Abusive loser. Abusive loser. That's what you are. And I'm talking financially right now. Because every man, and this is what I believe as a man, this is what I believe, because I had examples of this. A father, one, you know what I mean? Providing for his family, you know? My dad was a provider, amongst other names. He was a provider. Say what you want. He was a provider. And part of being a provider is making sacrifices. Part of making sacrifices is doing things that you otherwise wouldn't want to do. Like, nobody really wants to go to work, but you know you have to go to work. You know? That's just what it is. You have to provide. And this is what I honestly believe as a man, and what shaped my beliefs has been just my journey as a human being, born in the 90s, 1990 to be exact. A man should provide a stable household before a woman is even in the equation. You see, a man who cannot provide for himself cannot provide for someone else, let alone children. So women, be mindful of this. If a man does not have his own job, his own car, his own everything, providing for himself, doesn't need your help at all. If he can't do any of those things or have all those things, a man should have all those things before even considering a woman. Because you got to consider a life. You know, stability is number one in a man. A man has to be stable, stable-minded, stable in everything he does, stable decision-making, stable financial decisions, stable work history, stable relationships. A man has to have stability. Dante has shown no stability. So women out there, please take this as an example. Find stability. A man should have stability in everything that he does. And I believe in the 100-0 rule or the 90-10 rule. A man should have or provide 90% of everything in his household. Now, once a woman is married, which I am married to my wife, I pay 100% of the bills of everything. Because before my wife was even in the equation, everything was mine. So, of course, everything is still mine. You understand? My wife's income, we could use that for other residuals, other assets, other ventures. You understand? It's a psychological thing that happens in a man that can provide like this. One, it teaches you sacrifice, because sacrifices are heavy. Sacrifices determine, you know, with children, you have to make so many sacrifices. And that's another flaw that I see in especially in this generation of parents, is that especially parents like my generation or younger, it's like they are still trying to live, you know, life as if their children were never born. You understand? Because they don't want to sacrifice that. They don't want to sacrifice whatever they got going on, but that's what it takes to have children. You understand? How can you wish your children the best if you can't even sacrifice to give them the best? You understand? You have to be in that position to be able to do that. You understand? And some people count themselves up. Well, I'll never be in that position. I'm whatever. I'll never be in that position. Yes, you can. Like you've given up on yourself. One, if you don't think that you'll ever be in a position where you'll be able to find stability, yeah, it's better to wait. I'll just say that. You'll save yourself so much trauma, stress, heartache. I'm praying for Hannah. Hearing things through the grapevine. I'm praying for Hannah. All relationships go through rocky things, but there was no stability in Dante, Hannah. There was no. You should not feel bad. Don't feel embarrassed, because honestly, that is a big thing you're going through. Hannah. Trust me, girl. Dante used to. I used to be on Dante's comments and stuff like that, messages, you know what I mean, commenting, whatever. he knew that I was getting married and stuff like that, and my relationship, and he got inspired. Something in him was just like, dude, I was getting married, and then he was just like, it was crazy how he wanted to push for the engagement. I was getting engaged at the time, I think. Yeah, I was getting engaged. This is like years ago, a couple of years ago. This is when, yeah, I was engaged, and then Dante was like, "Oh, I'm getting engaged." I'm just like, dude, well, okay, congratulations, because I'm going through the same thing. And then it was like, I got married, but October of last year, yeah, and it was like Dante was like December or something. He was like wanted to get married to Hannah, so it was like it was pretty weird, you know. It really was. So I don't, yeah. He only did it for content, Hannah. And the whole burger thing with the food and stuff, Hannah, please watch yourself with him. I'm just saying. That. And Dante, leave this girl alone. Leave this girl. You know you did not like this girl. And you was playing with her heart. And you ended up liking her because she liked the hell out of you. And she was down for you. She was a ride or die. But don't cross lines, brother, that you don't need to cross. I don't know how Dante's going to recover from this. I don't care how he's going to recover from this. If the rumors are true, I believe they are, then Mr. London, your bridge has been burnt down, brother. Because Hannah was the best thing to come into your life. She really was. Hannah, you grew on me. I'll say you grew on me, and as a viewer, you grew on me. You came out of your shell. But I remember from day one, Hannah, you was spark. You know what I mean? You was a spark, and oh, but if you could go back and watch that video, everything that he was telling that girl, oh boy, he was like, Hannah, you was like, oh, he cooked for me and he does this and that for me. And I'm just like, Hannah, that man will not cook for you. That man wants you in there cooking for him, so he can play his little Call of Duty and rub his feet together and do whatever the fuck Dante want to do. I'm praying for Hannah, and I wish the best for you, Hannah. And there's light at the end of the tunnel. Relationships happen, breakups happen, marriage and divorces happen. It happens, but you learned a lesson. The good news is y'all don't have kids. Y'all don't have kids, and that's the best news in the world for you, sweetheart. You can end a marriage, but you can't end those kids. So be thankful for that. God has given you another chance. But he wanted to show you something, Hannah. God wanted to show you something, and that was your decision to be with him. Don't get me wrong. God did not put you in that relationship. You put yourself in that relationship. Let's understand something. Us as people, we have free will. People got to stop using God in bad ways. Like, oh, I'm in this situation. No, you put yourself in that situation. God is going to open your eyes to get yourself out if you want to listen. We have free will. We choose to be where we want to be in life. Don't ever blame it on God. God will always give you a way out because he loves you. Because he loves you. Mr. London, I have nothing else to say to you, man. Your videos are boring anyway. You're falling off. You have no content. There's no, you're fake. You're a fraud. Signing out, YouTube. I'm out. 15, less than 14 minutes, man. Cool. That's what's up. All right, y'all. Be easy. Peace.